numbers. So numbers are integers. So SQL says that if you're creating a table, when you're creating columns, then the name of the column will come first. The column name will come first, and the data type stored in this column will follow, and then it goes like that, like that. So we have the column name. Let me just copy right here. As a good developer, a good SQL query developer, copying and pasting will be uh, standard practice to make your work flow quicker. So in this case, I just have this, and then I come back to redefine. So our column name number one, we said we'll store employee ID. So we have employee ID. Remember I said that we will be storing IDs as numbers, so they are integer values. They are integer values. And then the next we want to add as attribute of the employee is their first name, and then the data type is a string. Your name is a set of strings, right? Now in SQL we can store such data in two types, in two ways. We can either store them as text, or we store them as characters, variable length characters. What I love to do for now is choose variable characters, which is written as var_char. And then because we said it's variable length, means that we need to define the length. So we define the length inside those brackets. I come back, let me put 20 as the length of the first name. So there can only be 20 characters in the first name. So we're going to do the same with the last name. The column name is last name. The column name is last name, and the data type is the same as the first name. So that's variable character of length 20. Now, if you are already used to SQL, you're going to notice a few things that we've not included. Things like not null, which means that those fields are required by default. We've not chosen which key or which column is used to uniquely identify the records. Just for a start, we're going to come back and keep on modifying this table as we advance in our SQL. So now our query looks steady to create a table that has three columns. That is the employee ID, the employee first name, and their last name. So again, once again, I want to add a new column that is the department where they stay or where they work. So I'm going to create the department. I'm going to say the depth, and the variable, the data type we're going to store there, we will store it as a variable character. And in this case, we want to simply enter a short code for them, for the department. Maybe if the person works in the human resource department, we're simply going to say HR. If they work in the networking and cybersecurity department, we will simply say like BNCS, something like that, short. So for this, we will give it, let's say, a maximum of 10. So variable character of maximum length of 10. So we have 4 different columns in our table right now. So now you may be asking, so how do we run this? I see the run is there. You hit that, still runs. You hit this, still runs. What we want to do is be developers, and developers, we always prefer to get our hands dirty. That means we want to find out the keyboard shortcut we can use to run SQL queries. These are not codes. They're not SQL codes. SQL doesn't. We don't have codes. These are query languages. A query language. SQL itself, I know you should hope that you, I believe that you know what it stands for. That's structured query language. So it's really not a programming language, but rather just a query language to query databases. Well, let's go run this code. So what we're going to do is select our code. Select the code we want to run, which again you should use your keyboard to select. That is, hold your shift hold your shift, hold down the shift button. In this case, my cursor is at the end of this line. I'm going to hold my shift button down and press the upper arrow, and will select for me everything. Now to run the code, you could press any of these buttons and you'll still run. Now, standard practice as a developer to be, as a data scientist to be, what you want to do is hold your button, the control button down, and then hit the enter button. And it seems that our table was created already in the previous during the, you remember I deleted some databases. So what I want to do is come and clean my database. Thank God this happened, so we got to learn a new SQL query, what we call the data definition language, which is to create. It includes queries that are used to create a table, like we've used right here, create a table. Now we're going to see one that is used to delete tables, which is to delete table emp. So what we're going to do is delete this table, the one that existed in the databases that we deleted. So what we're going to do is again the same, hold your control button down and enter. And you can see we have deleted this, the table that existed before has been deleted. And now we can now come back here and select that line of code again, the query to create the new table, control down, hit the enter button right there, and you can see table was created. Nice. So our table has been created. I'm going to remove this line that was used to delete, and now I also want to come and clean I also want to clean my work environment so that it's clear. So you could also do Ctrl Shift plus D, still cleans it all up for you. For beginners, I'm going to smash this. So it's clean now. Now our console is clean again. Now we've created our table already. Our table is empty, but let's check if we really created a table. So what we're going to do is try to select something from the table. So yeah, let's try and see. So we're going to select everything. To view your table, you simply use select. You put the name of the column you want to see, or you want to see everything, like I want to do right now. I want to see everything that's in my table. So I'm going to say select everything from. Now in SQL, this star, which is the asterisk, means everything, means all. So what I'm saying in that line is select everything from this table called emp table, and write this. Select everything from the emp table and select it again. Control down. Oh, our table doesn't exist. From table. Oh, I misspelled that table. It's emp, not emple. It's supposed to be like that. And now I'm going to clean up my interface again. I should clean my interface again. Nice, it's clean. I've corrected the misspelled table name. I had put an L here which shouldn't exist. So now it's all clean. Let's see. Control down again and enter the enter button. And now it's a success. We have successfully returned everything that's in our database. Unfortunately, there was nothing stored in our database. So it's time for us to add some data to this table. It's very easy. We're going to insert some data into this table. What we're going to do is use the insert command. So we're going to insert into some table. Which table is known? The table is emp. I keep misspelling as emple, yet it is just emp table. So we're going to insert some values into the emp table, and the values we want to submit there are the employee ID, which is a number. I'm going to put it 1, the employee's first name, which is that good name, and his last name is this good name, which you should be naming your children. Uh, just that is in case you're gonna have children or you already have. So, and then we want to give the department right now. Let's say he works in the HR department. So HR, and then we come down right there and close our query. Well, that should work. That will work, but you may want to be sure about the columns you are adding data to. So standard practice says you should again define the columns here. Just remind the system the tables you want to work with, which is emp id. Again, you go, the other is the first name, the other is last name right there, and lastly the department, that is DAPS. So this is standard practice that we're going to add data into the employee table that has the following columns. That's employee ID, the first name, last name, and the department. And the values we want to add there are the ID is one, the first name is that one, the good name, and the last name is that very good name, and the department is HR. So now we want to come right there, select that again. I already told you how to select this data. I mean, just for that amazing lesson of how to select data, press your uh, shift button down and then use one of those arrows, the four arrows, to go in any direction you want, right? Nice. No, let's now run this by holding up control button down and then we enter. So you can see right there it says one column added. So we've inserted one column. We just want to make sure our column was really added. So what we're going to do right now is select everything once again from our database. We just want to see this data set that we have added to this table. We already know it. Control down, enter, and bang, you have amazing data into your database. You see how easy it is? Now let's add some extra names right there. What we want to do is come down here and give it now the second person. Let's misspell somebody's name right here. Doe Joan. Now, Doe Joan works in the food department. This guy loves food. He loves food. He works in food department. That is kitchen department. Kitchen. Kitch. This guy loves food. John Doe loves food. Whenever you meet him on the road, tell him about food. He will smile. He loves food. He works in the kitchen. We can even write the full kitchen. Kitch. Guy is like a chick. He loves food. Let's just hold down our control button and enter. Well, we've added John Doe with his love for food into the database. And now let's just come and make sure that this food addict is in our database before we call, police on him. Nice. So this food lover Doe Joan with his misarranged name is in our database. Isn't that easy? It's been that about 20 minutes, 29 minutes of learning SQL. So it's really this easy. And I just want you to practice, have your fast practice, create your table. You can pause the videos or you can like rewind, go watch if you didn't pick up quick on one of the steps, you can just, rewind a bit and then, create your table. So in this case, we have successfully installed SQL workspace, which is Oracle Developer. We have successfully installed it, even created a new database, plus created an amazing table inside this database. So go ahead and do your practice, and then don't forget to like this and subscribe, turn the notification bell up so that in the next video we upload, you will get the notification so you come and we continue the learning from there.